my son and I left. We were going to have this adventure. That was in 2008 is when the economy crashed. 2009 is when I closed my business and we left. And we were, like I said, going to travel for a year, 5th grade, nothing on traveling for a year. Thing is, we never went back. So it's 2022 and we still haven't been back.
I love that.
We just continued things. We just continued to travel and learn and understand that the world was an amazing place to learn. But the big thing that helped us on this journey, which will answer the question about alternative education, was and I talked about this in the TEDx talk. I knew that I wanted my son to be educated. That was really important because, of course, I want him to succeed and I want to give him the world. And
that's a major concern of parents, is that unschooling is not going to create right education.
Right. So we started to look at the definition of education, and then I started to read all about what is the purpose of education. So the definition and the purpose were not congruent, and I was starting to have problems with that. And the definition of education included a lot of scope and sequence, which was created individually for where I'm from, the United States, and individually for each state.
Yep.
Scope and sequence. At this year, you should be doing this. At this year, you should be doing this. And all of that included the sequence, the order in which he needed to learn it. And 5th grade, I was told by his teachers when I took him out, you shouldn't take him out. This is a very important year for children in California because they're learning all about the Spanish missions in California. And I love taking him to Latin America. He's going to learn about this firsthand. That's okay. He can skip not learning California missions. So the scope was determined by the state, what they deemed important for them to learn. And when I started looking at California missions, I'm like, why do they need to learn reading comprehension at this level at this time? Besides the fact that my son is way ahead of it, does that mean he needs to be held back? Why does he need to learn about missions? Why does he have to have this level of that? And each year goes in sequence.
Yeah.
And in order to guarantee the scope and sequence are absorbed, there's evaluation and testing. And I'm like, this is not education that I want. And it certainly is not learning. And then I was like, ding, light bulb moment. Learning. That's what I want. Learning. Okay, let's not do education anymore. Let's do learning. And then the world schooling, the unschooling, the experiential learning, the social learning, all of that was the learning part. And it included more than academics. It included knowing about internal worlds, like we talked about. It included things like what they call the soft skills. So collaboration and cooperation. Resolution was really important. All of this stuff at the base, all the soft skills that people really need to have in life come from self-inquiry. And self-inquiry was at the root of whatever we did. And the academics that were important to him, the academics that were revealing itself through our travels, those were the things that we focused on because they were relevant and in context and meaningful. And if he defined and developed a love of learning and the ability to research and to feel empowered, then he's educated. So there you go. That's why.
100%. Yeah, that's really awesome. And so important that people get these definitions down. Yes, modern mainstream schooling is more like an indoctrination of the program based around certain subjects.